I guess there are two things that I would address there. I mean, one is simply what I hope it helped with the Japanese Americans and the rest of the country, which is I hope that it was a real contributor to reconciliation here. These were terrible events, but I think that Congress, and I hope behind it the constituents Congress is responsible, took the apology seriously and meant it, and meant to make it something that was solid and meaningful by paying $20,000 to each person who'd been excluded. And on the Japanese American side, I hope that it was accepted that way, that it was recognized that the rest of the country, formally, in reality, was recognizing the mistakes and the injustice that had occurred, and was trying to make it right insofar as you can make those things right. You can't in the end, obviously, but you can make it clear that you want to, and that you can try to be reconciled and move on to something else. The other thing, of course, is what may lie ahead for us, and there, honestly, I think that the educational part of all of this effort is what's most important, because what happened here shows the frailty of any legal system when emotion runs very high and there is a possible scapegoat who has very little power and ability in reality to defend itself. And that could happen again in some set of circumstances. And you hope that people take away from it all and away from the report a sense that if we're tempted by this again, by our baser instincts, that we've been through this at least once, we need to try to behave as soberly and fairly as we possibly can. And I think that's, if people take that from the use of the report in high school classes or colleges, or just reading it, or sort of seeping into the collective memory, that's the most important thing. Because I don't have much doubt that if you had a case like this, today in today's atmosphere, without a lot of high emotion, the courts of the United States would say you can't, the government can't do that. But these things don't happen in normal times. They happen when people are very distraught and very upset, and when their worst instincts mix with some fear of what may happen to them, and they do not act in the way they would if times were quieter.